Hey, good morning. This is Doug, your realtor here in Utah. Today we are coming from Payson, Utah. Last week we talked about Utah County in general, and this week let's talk about some of the cities within that are kind of moving, up and coming, those types of things. So here in Payson, one of the iconic buildings that's recognized is the Petite Neat School here behind me. It was a high school, and then now it's been converted to a museum with a lot of absolutely fantastic history there. The other thing that is kind of famous around here is the sledding hill at Petite Neat that when it snows and it's all the kids love to come over here and come flying down the hill, and it's nice and safe. They've to where well, I don't know about safe, but it's one of those where they're enclosed and it's fast, but they've got a long runway. There you go, at the end of it. So here in Payson was named after the people, the family, the Pace family, and originally the city of Payson was a fort. Within the city here, you can find markers that show the four corners of the fort as well as the door of the fort. And as I've done that in the past, it's a big place for a fort. You know, there in the late 1800s, it was a big fort, and it's built on Petite Neat Creek. The other thing that really happens with here in Payson is you have a fantastic access to the mountains, and that's up Payson Canyon. It goes up to Payson Lakes and is actually part of what they call Nebo Loop, which goes from Payson up and over the hill to comes out at Nephi. So great access there for those types of things, fishing, camping, all kinds of things up there, up that Nebo Loop. And you can see the mountains there behind me a little bit. Payson is a very up and coming, growing area. As of about a year ago, there were about 800 or so permits for building. They've got some permits for a new area out west of town. So you've got your two exits in Payson. The south exit by Walmart has an MTech trade school coming in, and about 1,200 townhomes, condos, multifamily kind of homes that direction. At the first exit, Payson has the UVU campus is coming in, and so UVU will have an extension here in Payson, and that'll be a great benefit and boost around here. In the Payson area, as you go west of Payson toward West Mountain, there you get across the freeway. They have typically that becomes county property, and again, typically, and I say typically because there are exceptions, but typically you have to have 5.25 acres out there. So more of your ranchette, those types of things. Great area, but when you get out there, there are some other things that you've got to start worrying about, such as septic tanks, wells, and those types of things. Water itself, do you actually have water? Payson's a great place. It's growing. You've got your old school or old town charm. They have they do Hallmark movies in downtown Payson quite frequently. Last summer, they turned the downtown into winter and made it look like snow and everything around, and for the Hallmark movie they were doing there. Payson does a fantastic Scottish days in the summer. In July, they have a one-of-a-kind salmon supper where they shut down a road. The fire department brings in wood from the orchards around, and they cook just great big fillets of salmon on and feed about 4,500 people. And that's a great fundraiser for the city and the parks and the recreation department. You've got that. You've got Payson does their Onion Days, where that's over Labor Day weekend, where you've got your again all your events, your small carnivals, that type of thing, parades. It really is a very quaint, family-driven, family-centered area of Utah County. It's growing, and so there's becoming more and more pressures to it. But it is a very quiet, quaint place to raise a family. Personally, I've been here 22 years and raised 4 of my kids here and absolutely love it. So if we can introduce you to Payson and everything that's going on here, give me a call. Let's get you down to Payson.